along with the red and black. We stay fly. Curvature San Siro got our heads held high. You in that blue? No, we ain't impressed. And a Rista on the block, you ain't built for the test. We run the game from the streets to the field. AC Milan, we don't back, we don't yield. You talking big, but you ain't got no spine. When the Rossoneri hit, we take what's mine. In the Rista up a pull up, you know what's up. This is Milan, we don't play, we blow it up. From the curve to the pitch, we run the show. In the Rista up and pull up, time to go. Check the history, man. We own the crown. Legends in the game, we put y'all down. Baresi Maldini, running like kings. When you snakes crawl low, can't do a thing. Talking defense, yo, we invented that. You push, we shut it down, that's a straight fact. Red and black blood, yeah, we move us on sight. We meet you on the field, it's a war, no fight. Enter us up and below, you know what's up. This is Milan, we don't play, we blow it up. From the curve to the pitch, we run the show. Enter us up and below, time to go. You see the badge? That's pride, that's heart. AC Milan, yo, we rip y'all apart. Talking rivalries, it's deeper than hate. You cross a line, you meet a deadly fate. If they're trying to flex, we put them in check. Snakes in the grass, man, we snap their necks. From the curve to the streets, it's a red and black crew. All eyes on Milan, we coming for you. Enter us up and below, you know what's up. This is Milan, we don't play, we blow it up. From the curve to the pitch, we run the show. Enter us up and below, time to go. Game day lights up, we're storming the scene. Milan in the house, ripping red and black. From the ultras to the players, we all in sync. Your whole squad's lost, y'all on the brink. We taking titles, cups, respect worldwide. And I watch it from the back while we rise high. You know the chant, hear the sound in the air. Vafanculo to the snakes, we don't care. Enter us up and below, you know what's up. This is Milan, we don't play, we blow it up. From the curve to the pitch, we run the show. Enter us up and below, time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Game day lights up, we storming the scene. Milan in the house, repping red and black. From the ultras to the players, we all in sync. Your whole squad's lost, y'all on the brink. We taking titles, cups, respect worldwide.
What's going on, Rosanetti Milan Nation? It's your host, Nicko. All right, that was another diss track. Well, this track was specially made. We dropped this for our Interista cousins. All right, we took you out in the Derby, and we won today. Now it's your turn. You're up on deck. Let's see how you guys perform this weekend. All right, if you guys fall apart, or you go back to your winning ways. That being said, welcome to the Milanista report, post-game show of Milan Lecce. What's going on, Milan Nation? Welcome to the show. All right, that being said, let's get straight into the game. All right. So, got my notes here. So, first of all, right off the bat, we started off slow. We looked like we were half dead, and looked like we had given everything we had on the pitch against the Snakes, and our pressing wasn't intense. Counter pressing was not there either, at all. Nothing. We looked, even our passing was sloppy. We looked out of whack. We didn't look precise. We weren't looking efficient. We didn't look like we wanted to take the game to Lecce. I was a little bit concerned as a fan watching this. But prior to our goal, which kind of kicked things off, 22 minutes in, right? Because you know me, I look at defensive phases in every piece of the game. 22 minutes into the game, Lecce got their first uncontested shot on goal, something I've talked about in the past. That's an issue with our team, giving those high-quality shots in front of goal. This came on the right side, but this wasn't on Royal at all. There was a switch. Fofana was drawn too much onto the other side of the pitch, right? Because he was following the ball. So this is not on Fofana either. Fofana was on that right side originally. Then he switched later in the game. Also, Tijani was there as well, because I think that was his original position. but the ball got switched. There was a third man run. Pulisic, that was his man. Pulisic was about maybe a couple steps right behind him, but he was slow to making a recovery. Pulisic does have speed, and he was slow in making the recovery. Shot was taken, but Mike was in the right position. It might have been a more high-quality player, more dangerous player. That could have been a goal, and that could have changed the whole aspect of the game. The whole might have flattened us, changed the tune. We might have not scored that other goal, our goal that we did, and won this game 3-0. Completely different ball game. So Lecce did have the opportunities early on in this game. All right, just an FYI. All right, but then we got our first shot. So Morata, this came off I think the counter. Right, this is before the counter. Morata got the first goal, assisted by Hernandez. That kicked things off. Once we got our first goal, things changed. The intensity of the team went up 20 levels, which I like to see a lot. I was really impressed by that. All right. Then we got our second goal, 41st minute, Hernandez. A really nice assist by Leao. Nice through ball by Leao. Nice vision by Leao to see that opening. Have the confidence to make that play. Hold on there, fellas. Let's see who's in the chat really quick. What's going on, Alex? Yeah, I mean, Udinese is a tough game. Alex is an Interista. Welcome to the show, Alex. All right, let's get back into the game. All right. And then, obviously, so we got our second goal, Hernandez, and then 43rd minute, Pulisic. As soon as we hit that first goal, our counter press turned up a notch. We were really doing a good job counter pressing, trying to get that ball back as soon as we lost it in our attacking third. And our press looked really good as well. All right. So those are our three goals, right? We scored all three goals in the first half. And besides that, obviously, we kept a clean sheet for the first time. So besides that, Lecce's attempt shot on goal. The other time they had a really good opportunity is late in the second half. All right. So this is something we should talk about because, listen, yeah, we won 3-0. We did big win, huge win for us for Milanisti. All right. To get back in that race, to get up on the top, I think first place, right, for the time being. All right. But 66 minutes and 30 seconds into the second half, Lecce got their second high-quality shot on goal. All right. And this came down to Leao. All right. Leao was right there. He was a couple of feet away from them. Leao just sat there and looked at the guy, and he took a shot on goal. Yeah, it was right at Mike. Didn't make Mike have to move or adjust to make any, really great save. But again, we gave up two high-quality shots on goal versus Lecce during this game. So now, like I said, that needs to be talked about, right? As much as we want to celebrate this win, and I'm happy. Listen, Milan Nation, I'm extremely happy we won this game. All right. But again, there's a couple holes in our team. Things that need to be addressed. But overall, we did have a good performance. All right. So before I get into the defensive performances, let's go into some of the stats from today's game. So we went over the goals, right? Morata, first goal, Hernandez, assist by Leao, Pulisic, third goal, right? And after that, our defense turned up, counter press was on point. And let's get into some stats real quick. So where's it at? Yep. So we had 57% of the ball. We had 5 big chances, they had 0. We had 15 total shots, had 16. We made Mike had 7 saves, they had 3. We had 16 tackles, we had 14 And obviously we had one yellow, one red. And we'll talk about the red in a second. And let's get into defense. Defensive stats. Here we go. So we won 63% of the duels. So again, we won our duels. That's something we did against Inter. Ground duels, we won 64%. Aerial duels, 59%. And we won 72% of our dribbles. It's like the one-on-ones. Tackles 116, 14. Interceptions 3-3. That was even. Recoveries 38-38. Clearances 10-11. So overall, stat-wise, we look good as well. Really good. Let's see who else popped in. What's up, Lab? Lab Gorilla in the house. All right. Good to see everybody. All right, Milan Nation. So, got into the stats. Talked about a couple gaps in our defense. Lecce had 2 quality shots on goal. Some missed assignments from our players. But overall, it was a good defensive game. But against a higher quality team, things might have been different today. So we should celebrate this win, but keep in mind that, this new formation is a 4-4-2 on paper. But once we get out of position, again, it's a 4-2-4. That's clear as day. All right? Clear as day. We're playing a 4-2-4 out of position, that's what we've been doing, even when we go into a mid-block, when they're breaking our press, right? It happened against Inter, and now against Lecce, 2 games in a row. Once the team breaks out of our press, we sit back in a mid block and we play that 4-2-4, which again worked pretty well because we cut off the middle of the field. We were cutting off their opportunities, limiting their time and space in the middle of the field, defending that middle, just opacing that middle of the field pretty well, forcing Lecce to go wide. Lecce doesn't have dangerous wingers anyways. Rebic is not dangerous at all. Let's be honest. That's why Royale looks so good today. If he wasn't going up against a high quality, a superstar left wing, things that might have been different as well. All right, but going up like Rebic, he's not scaring any right back in any league. Let's be real. All right. Now let's get into defensive performances. So, like I said, beginning of the game, we went into our press was looking non-existent, wasn't there. Our counter press wasn't there. But the one thing that noticed in the beginning of the game, which was really good, that we've improved on a lot, and props to Fofana, and a shout out to the assistant coach. So Fonseca, his assistant coach Ferreira, he coached them at Lille. He was responsible for the defensive schemes, setting that up, right? That's his job, his main job on the squad. So he's looks like he's changed things a bit in the last few games, and we've looked a lot sharper, right? And also, obviously, having Gabbia back there paired up with Tomori helps tremendously, because again, Gabi is way more composed than Pavlic. All right, reads the game better, anticipates the game, all right, and is more of a leader than Pavlic right now. And he's a good pairing with Tomori. So, with all that being said, we look much more compact, much more structured on the defensive phase of the game. All right. So in terms of our pressing, we usually go to man-to-man, and we've been burned a couple of times on the man-to-man in several games. Obviously, with we just missed our marking. Certain players are not doing their job. They're not hunting like a pack of wolves, like I've said time and time again. But it looks like this time they changed things up a bit. It looks like they went to a hybrid between a zone marking and man-to-man. which I didn't expect. And once we scored our first goal, that really turned up, right? And that was forcing them to go wide and trying to go over the top several times, which sometimes they were able to get the ball up top. Sometimes they weren't, because Lecce wasn't the most clinical team going up the pitch. But like I said, they had their chances. Now, another good thing we did today, especially for Fana and our wingers, was backtracking, right? Picking up those third man runs. Like we talked about in the past, it's super dangerous, right? Your third man runs. When the winger gets the ball, they're looking for that cutback, which is really a really dangerous pass in football. Looking for those third man runs to go into the box. And a lot of times, teams miss those markings a lot, and that's where you get your goals from. All right, a good percentage of them. But again, we did a good job clogging that up, marking them, closing that option away for Lecce. Fafana did a really good job on that as well. And also the back line, communicating with everybody, all right? Setting that up, staying compact. In terms of our rest defense, that pivotal space that I've talked about in the past, which is that space that you manage between your midfielders and your back line, we did good again. We managed that pretty well. We closed that gap. We weren't disconnected, once we do that, once you manage that space, that pivotal space, on that rest defense, that's when we have the ball, right, and that support behind the ball. Fofana, hold on, guys. Here we go. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, Fofana managed that space by himself really good, because Tajani was more of an attacking midfielder like he plays, and Fofana was a little bit behind him, right? So which didn't allow Lecce to counter, that's what's burned us in the past, getting countered by other teams. Especially, the first couple of games, but since the inner game, we changed that completely, because that's what Liverpool did to us time and time again. It isn't that counterattack, because our pivotal spacing was not managed at all, one bit. But so props to Fafana for that, for managing that space. He's actually improved a lot in the last couple of games for me. The one thing he's not doing that maybe he doesn't have the ability is recover balls. Yeah, he's stopping plays. He's getting back. He's not getting out of position like Musa does. But yeah, good job, Fofana. Props to Fofana. Let's talk about our subs really quick. So there were a couple of substitutions today, and I failed to mention that earlier when I went over the game. Let's go into our subs really quick here. Give you my thoughts on our subs, especially from the defensive point of view. So where are the subs? Okay, here we go. Right card. Okay, so we had the first subs we had was, where is it? Okay, so Fana came out in the 63rd for Musa. I've talked about Musa in the past. He's got the speed, he's got the motor. He just doesn't have that IQ yet, defensive IQ, to be in the right spot in the right place. But he actually did a decent job, Musa. Recovered, actually intercepted an important pass late in the game on his side of the field. So good job by Musa. The other sub was that at the same time, 63rd, Chuck came in for Pulisic. Like I said, Chuck is not, and I think we can all agree, a lot of us, Chuck is not Milan material for me and for a lot of us. He's way too left-footed, doesn't have a lot of one-on-one skills, and most defenders these are going to catch up to that really quick. And then we had, not it. Oh, then Bartasagi came in for Hernandez. One thing I would have liked to see was Zaroli was sitting on the bench today, and Jimenez. Either of those two kids should have came in, gotten quality minutes. Since we were up 3-0, they should have gotten at least 15, 20 minutes in the game. But, we've been said time and time again on the show and on Milanista 360, You got to give these kids some time to develop. We've been told Fonseca develops players, but we haven't seen that yet. Because if that was the case, Zorelli should be playing. Jimenez should be playing because he's playing pretty well in the Futuro team. Bartosagi as well. He got a chance, but he got that red card late in the game. He got overzealous, made a tackle. He got the ball, but if you saw the replay, his cleats were up, right? His studs, which, yeah, that was the danger to the opposing player. So you got that red. Originally, I didn't think it was a red card, but once I saw the replay in slow motion, definitely a red card. But like I said, he needs more playing time to get more comfortable. All right. I think Bartosagi is going to be long term if he gets more minutes with the first team. Him along with Jimenez, Zorelli hopefully as well. Liberali, wherever he's at, he should be playing, but he wasn't even listed as a sub today. Going further in the season against these teams, so if we're up 3-0, 4-0, late in the game, 15, 20 minutes, let these kids play. Don't give them 5 minutes, because that's not enough, not even to break a sweat. All right, so the subs weren't bad overall. They were decent. They worked out because Musa, like I said, when he came in, he did a decent job for Fofana. So overall, decent game, good performance, defensive performance as well. Our structure was good, press was good, counter pressing was good. Our back line was compact. They helped out each other out. Besides those 2 uncontested shots on goal that Lecce had, and if it was any other team, like I said, it might have been different game completely. Let's see what's going on with the chat. Who else was in the chat? Let's see. So let's give a shout out to Alex. I've had Alex on the show before. He's like, yeah, one of the more decent Interista out there, him and Uncle Sharma. 4-4-2 seems to fit your team better. Yeah, so quick thing about that. It's looked good the last 2 games. It's worked for us. But we don't have enough quality strikers for that. We don't have the quality strikers that even Inter has for that to go forward. It's not sustainable at all. If we had another 1 or 2 other more quality strikers, because Jovic in it, a 4-4-2 going forward in more games makes more sense. But if Abraham gets knocked up, gets a knock, not knocked up, God forbid, imagine that, or Morata gets banged up, we're in trouble, because then we gotta depend on Jovic playing that on that 4-4-2. And also we're gonna miss if it's a lot of those 2, Morata and Abraham. What they do really well as well, they set off the press. Really good, both of them. All right, but if you lose one of them because they're playing way too many minutes, then you're depending on Jovic, and he does not run at all. He's not the same kind of pressing machine. All right, and he's not gonna dictate the press for the rest of the team to follow. See what Lab says. What's the opinion on here of the bench? I think Fonseca would do well to generally integrate your youth, because Chucky and RLC are a big drop in quality. Yeah, but Chucky is a big drop, and Loftus-Cheek is a big drop as well. Liberali should be playing big time. We saw him during the preseason how well he played for us. And Musa too. I think it's a drop off as well. Once you drop off between him and Fofana, that's a big drop off, because Musa doesn't have that defensive awareness yet. He finds himself out of position a lot of times, besides today. So maybe that extra training this week, during the week, he focused on some defensive stuff with the players, supposedly, that was reported in the news. That probably helped a little bit. But that takes time to ingrain in a player's head. It doesn't happen overnight. So they're going to usually go back to their original, the way they usually play. Hey, let's talk Milan. What's going on? Good to see you. I like the chat, guys. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Oh, all right. So let me do a quick thing. I know Let's Talk Milan is asked before. I'm going to put the event, the link in the chat for anybody who wants to join. Let me get this going here. And then we're going to get to the defensive player of the match. All right, let's talk Milan or Lab. I know Lab's with the family, but if you guys want to hop on for a few minutes, give us your thoughts on the game. Let's do it. And Alex, if you're still in the chat, I'll get you on the show, or I'll hop on your show sometime for the next derby. All right, let's do it. Always looking to collab, even with other fellow Calcio fans, even if we don't like their team. All right. We give everybody a fair shot. So let's talk Milan or John, if you guys are up to, if you got a couple of minutes, you want to hop on, give us your thoughts online about the game. All right, more than welcome to. Let's do it. All right. All right, let's get into the next segment. Defensive player of the match. All right, so Royale is definitely not it. So let's not even keep him in the conversation. He had a decent game, but again, he was marking Rebic. Rebic is not putting a scare in any right back in any league, right? Maybe in the MLS, but not in Serie A, not in Europe at all. They had a good game. Again, he had a solid defensive game, but again, not on that side of the pitch. Nobody's really dangerous to, and they were trying to get on the. They were trying to hit us on the right side, time and time again, majority of the time. Right, I would say. Tomori, he was going to be my player of the match, but then he kind of made just a slight mistake. He just lost focus a couple of times. Things that I noticed he's done in the past. He's got the speed, he's got the recovery speed to get the balls first. He's our most athletic defender, bar none. But I got to go with our boy, Mr. Gabbio, back-to-back Defensive Player of the Match awards. All right, had another solid game. Composed, led the back line. He's always telling people to get into the position, always communicating, being a leader in the back four. All right. And what I'm really impressed about, he kept his cool. You know, even though he was benched for Pavlovic in the first few games, the minute he was given a chance by Fonseca, he stepped up. Right. And he took his spot back. So Gabbia, Defensive Player of the Match, fellas. All right. Now let's put on. Let's do this. Give Gabbia some love.
Forza, Lara, venture when the champions ascend. From the curb to the pitch, we hold it down. Rossoneri in the blood, we run this town. Yo, it's red and black, the warriors strike back. From San Siro Knights to the frontline attack. With Maldini's ghost, we defend like a wall. In the streets and the stands, we live for football. Tactics tight, we move with precision. AC Milan's more than just a mission. 7 on our chest, history in the air when we step
All right. That was for our boy Gabia stepping up again. All right. If you guys want to join the chat, let's talk. We guys speak in Sicilian. What's happening in the chat, man? All right. Next time, lab. We got 9 listeners. All right. Everybody wants to hop on the chat. Give us your thoughts, your time to shine. Here you go. Forza Gabia. Yes. Yeah, listen, the minute he gets called up for Italy, he better get a raise. And I know a few of us Milanisti have been on the Gabia train for a while now, since last season, since he got back from his loan to Villarreal. And then for the reason he lost his spot, some people forgot about him, wrote him off, was saying that Chow was better than him, even though there's no case for that. There's no, from a statistics point of view or visual point of view, there's no comparison between the two. And then Pavlovic. Some people thought Pavlovic was our best defender coming in, even though it was a new signing coming with very little experience. But come on. We said it time and time again. Gabi is our best center back, bar none. Fadinho, what's going on, bro? Boss Vinny, welcome to the show, Boss Vinny. So let's get Alex. LACBs have been good. Bastoni, Gabbia, Borgiano, Scalvini, Calafiori. So you bring up Bastoni, Borgiano, Calafiori. As we know, we had a chance to get Borgiano at some point when he was still affordable. We missed on that. We had a chance on Borgiano during this summer. Didn't even try to get him. He's at Roma. No, Napoli, my bad. And you got Scalvini. Somebody we could have gotten as well. This is before he got hurt, before his injury, his catastrophic fucking injury. We had a chance. We with the trade for CDK. We missed out on that as well. So we missed out on not one, not two, 3 great center backs, world-class center backs. And then obviously Inter's got the best one in Italy right now. Bastoni's the best one, top 10. He's got the best passing range. Maybe one day Gabi will be there, but right now it's Bastoni in Italy. Buongiorno's right behind him. Scalvini's right there. When he's back, when he's healthy, he's going to take back his top 3 spot. And Calafiori over there in Arsenal, even though he's getting a lot of minutes, he's been benched coming in late in games. And he's been getting an opportunity from at Arsenal. He showed his what he's about, showed his skill, showed why Italy produces one of the best defenders in the game. All right, it's just historical facts. Yeah, make a good point on Morata and Tammy. Both really good signings. I like Tammy's energy a lot, especially from the defensive point of view. The guy hunts the ball like a demon. All right, he triggers that press pretty well for us. Really good. All right, and he's made up a couple times for Leao slacking. Not today's game. Leao was all right because we played more of a zonal, so he wasn't really marking anybody. We played a hybrid press, zoning, man-to-man hybrid pressing today. Yeah, Fadinho, missing out on Bergione and Calafiore with a big miss, and missing out on Scalvini too. So this just came out. I know we've been linked to Ricci in the past. I don't know if it's bullshit, if it's in even legitimate news, or it's something that the media is spinning up. But also I know Inter is looking at him as well. And history says if we're going head to head with Inter on trying to sign a player, we're going to lose out majority of the time. Of course, Alex, you're going to want to get fucking Ricci. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't at all? Let's take a quick thing. Let's pull up. Let's do it quick. We got the. I'm going to be online for another 10 minutes going live because I got to get back to work in a bit. So, Milan. So our next game, let's look at the next game coming up. I believe it's a Champions League game. Yep. Yeah, Fabinho too. I'm impressed by Abraham as well, a lot. Didn't expect that from him at all. Hey, fellas, everybody. If you guys want, jump on. The link's in the chat. Give us your thoughts on this game and the upcoming Champions League game against Bayern Leverkusen. So let's look at Leverkusen's form so far. So they're currently third in the Bundesliga. They've lost one game. Let's look at their stats. They're playing Bayern tomorrow. That's a good game. They've given up how many goals, Bayern Leverkusen? Now, SofaScore doesn't give me these points. But they got some good players. They got Florian Wirtz, Grimaldo. He's an attacking winger, right? They got Granit Xhaka, midfielder, really good, controls the field. Really good midfielder, top, one of the best midfielders in Europe right now. And the fact that Atlanta took them out of the game because they're man-to-man pressing last year's finals, that's why Bayern Leverkusen couldn't do anything. They took away their composer, the guy who sets up the game for them. They have Boniface, dangerous player. They have a really good defender, Piero Hanapki. I'm probably butchering the Portuguese name. He's really good. He's one of the best young, upcoming defenders in the game. They got Jonathan Tah. He's pretty good. Listen, this is not an easy game for us at all. I'll put in the chat again. Hold on. Oh, that's weird. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me try something else and share the link this way. Because I shared through my phone. Give me a second, fellas. Let me do this. Hold on. Booyah. There's a link, boys. Like I said, I'll be on for another 10 minutes tops. So I got to get back to work and finish the day. So Bayern Leverkusen, yeah, it's happening on what day is this game? The game is on. No, okay, October 1st. All right, they got a 58% chance of winning the game. Let's see. Hope you guys remember your passwords. Let's break down Leverkusen against Milan. They've scored 4 goals in their first game. Yeah, they won 4-0. Oof. They look pretty good, by the way. They're like fucking clinical. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. I think I see somebody here. Who's joined the chat? Oh shit! I got a mouse. What? What's going on, boys?
You're right, Nicko. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
How you doing, man?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
You made it. All right. So, give us your thoughts on the game. What do you think?
Well, so far so good. I mean, after all, it's 3 point up for the grab, as it was for Inter. It was tonight, you know. So, just if I have to say, like a little something, is about we struggle still. The approach of the game, we just take a little while before getting into it, you know. But at the end of the day, I knew it, once we scored a goal, space would open up and Lecce will crumble because, after all, Lecce is still Lecce, you know. But at the beginning, I saw the ball moving around too slow, and the players up front wasn't moving so much. You know, I didn't see any runs up without the ball, any movement at all. But I guess I take that as a sign of they might getting wiser in controlling the game, because after all, they knew they were gonna score one way or the other. And I wouldn't have thought that Fonseca will repeat the same formation again. So I don't know if this now is a thing going forward or he's gonna change again. But my only worries is that, as I was saying earlier on, we don't have much depth in the squad to do both competition at a certain level, especially midfield. We are really numbered because Benacer is out. He's going to be out for a while. We don't have many changes there. So we don't have much depth in the squad in terms of men, numbers, and quality as well. And the strikers as well, because if he wants to play with two strikers now, and the way Morata and Abraham plays, that requires a lot of energy and effort by the players, and playing every 3 days now with the Champions League. And on top of that, the Champions League game is going to be a lot more this season. Do you know what I mean? So that's my only concern. And because on the bench we only have Jovic, and not Jovic, to be honest, is nothing like, he's not going to be able to do the work rate and the kind of play that Morata and Abraham do. It's different, a completely different striker altogether from them. So that's my only concern going forward. We don't have, so that's why, to be honest with you, I know a coach doesn't think that way, but I would choose Serie A I want to win the Scudetto. I want to win the second star. So I
Yeah, it's more.
give
It's
my
more.
priority to that.
Yeah, it's more. It's more attainable for sure.
Because if we
Yeah, Carmelo, we lost you, Carmelo. Try to reconnect, Carmelo. We just lost you. Already just went out. Hey, Alex, give us your thoughts. Alex, welcome. What's going on?
Welcome. It's nice to be on your show, Nick.
Always, man.
But yeah, what I thought is that I guess that from the Inter Derby, Milan Derby, Milan started to pick up momentum by the looks of it. Like 4-4-2 is working out very well because it changed everything. Was it one win against Venezia, and it looks like Fonseca's about to be sacked. But at the Milan Derby, it looks like it's going to be extended, give him more time stuff. I guess Lecce can actually help him too, since I don't remember last time Milan lost to Lecce. I would see wins, draws, but yeah, the 3 goals
Yeah,
came out of nowhere.
yeah.
Really.
They've been tough games in the past for sure.
Yep.
They're a stubborn team.
Mm-hmm.
We lost Carmelo. Our Carmelo, come back, man.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the drop off in our bench in terms of what Carmelo just said about the drop off between Morata, Abraham, and then bringing Jovic in?
I mean, it's a massive drop off to be fair,
Huge.
because going what 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1 to 4-4-2. Chances are you probably need what another striker or two, unless you want to replace Jovic. I remember a time last season where I'm more concerned about our strikers, because last time it's between Martinez, Thuram, Sanchez, and Arnautovic. One injury from Martinez or goes out of form, we'll be in big trouble. But because of Martinez's brilliance from last season, imagine winning the Scudetto like that. So if it's Milan, just hope that you don't get injured easily or go out of form.
Well,
Because
that's
one thing about
the thing.
Abraham is that I think that if he can shoot, I think he'll be very dangerous. Sure, you have Morata's off-ball movements, but Abraham, you have Pulisic probably do the scoring. Leao with the creative outlets. So yeah, there's the front line.
Let me ask you something. Do you think you saw the Derby game? Obviously.
Yep.
What do you think was the biggest issue for Inter? Was it the lack of energy? Were they just exhausted from the game versus against Man City, or a combination of them having a tough game at Man City, and then maybe not taking you in Milan so serious, right? Because they're like, well, it's Milan. We've beaten them 6 times in a row, and then the obviously the formation change from Fonseca. He did a couple things differently in that game.
Yeah, I think it's more of the formation change, because for Inter, of all 6 wins, I'm sure they all play like 4-2-3-1, purely all that. But 4-4-2 is like different out of nowhere. I'll expect Leao to not do the defensive work. Expect them to just give them the ball and they'll do nothing about that. That's the expectation with Pioli. But Fonseca, off the ball, like, okay, they're comfortable with the mid block, so we actually have to create.
The one thing we did well against you guys, we cut off the middle of the field on our press, because we were forcing your team to go wide time and time again.
I can see that.
We took Hakan out of the game, and Mitrian, who just destroyed us time and time again. We got a question from Lab. Alex, what's your fan base's opinion of Inter at the moment and your drop off in quality behind Barella?
Let's see. First question was again. My thoughts. I think it's a mix, but my optimistic self is that we'll pick up form at some point. But it's going to be very tough, given that Udinese early season are dangerous. I know that, based on 2 seasons ago and their current form right now. Torino are fighting for the top right now, by the looks of it. I'm looking at the table right now. Torino are top of the table with the game in hand still. So
Yeah, they're playing this weekend. Yeah, and the one thing I've noticed about Torino, their head coach Vanoli, he plays very similar style of football like Inzaghi does. He pretty much copycats him in a sense.
Well, if it's copycat Inzaghi, I'm hoping that we can actually cut off their wing backs, fullbacks, or whatever. Because what I noticed about Inzaghi tactics is that it creates outlets. You have DeMarco, you have Barella, Chanoglu, and of course sometimes Dumfries for the creative outlets. But this season is a bit unbalanced in the creative outlet sense. I mean, Barella injured. I think we will be playing Frattesi. My big concern about Frattesi is I know he will not help build up since last season. He's more of a crash into the box and play there type player. If they have a triangle of Pavard, Frattesi, and Darmian, you're probably not going to create anything from that side. Of course, it doesn't help with Mkhitaryan being out of form, maybe finished. So we're hoping to play Zielinski and rotate there. Chanoglu is still doing Chanoglu stuff, so I'm happy for that. About that. As for the subs, yeah, like the Inter Derby, Milan Derby, the subs, all that. Sub off. I'm gonna look at the game again. See, because there's a triple sub that changed the game. After the triple sub, we've been conceiving so many shots. Like, okay, it's a bit worrying stuff.
Yeah, the subs weren't bad in that game. They were good subs by Inzaghi. They just didn't work out. It just happens from time to time.
I don't know. Probably because I don't see why we sub off as Chanoglu for Aslani. Chanoglu is playing well. And then we have Dumfries for Darmian. Dumfries is playing well. We see our creative outlet on the right side in that game. So yeah, Aslani, if I know him, yes, he can dictate play, but he doesn't seem to be physically built to be press resistant on a few games. But looks of it.
Hey Alex, and you're playing. Who are you playing this weekend again?
Udinese tomorrow.
Udinese. That's right. Yeah, it's a tough game. And then Champions League.
I think Red Star.
Red Star. That's a winnable game for you guys.
It should be winnable.
Yeah.
But
And you're playing at home. And you're playing at home too.
Yep. It's Inter. We just hope we don't blow this game at all.
Yeah, listen.
Yes, we draw against Mid City, which is a good point, but we got to win the other games too.
Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, Lab just pointed out Leverkusen is playing Bayern. I just mentioned that's a tough game. So maybe work in our favor on the Champions League game. That's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, and they're Torino.
Let me get your thoughts on another thing, Alex. We brought up Ricci before.
Yep.
All right. Obviously, that's on everybody's radar now. But I think because he's going to probably get more minutes he'll probably get more recognition from Spalletti as well as a starter for the national team, right? Give him more exposure, and which is Torino's going to see that, and they're going to start leveraging teams. They're going to probably start asking for a lot more money. They're going to raise his price. Once they see us coming for him, and then you guys, and maybe who knows who else, maybe some other Serie A teams sniffing around. They're probably going to.
Teams I can see are either going to be us or Juve, because Juve could probably get Ricci.
Yeah, and like I said, you guys have the upper hand because you guys have the better negotiation skills.
Don Pepe, but I'm not sure about our new owners. Because this window is like their very first window.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see what they can do. Will they actually keep Pepe from doing his work, which is a terrible idea.
Hey, and since you guys have similar owners than us, it's an American ownership. They're a financial, right? They're Oak Tree. Early on, do you think they're gonna go down the same route as Redbird and do the same shit that they pulled off with our team, like try to get rid of the heritage, make it less Italian? Or do you think they?
Italian? It seems to be the Inter thing to do.
Well, that's what we've been doing lately. You guys still have a core
Yeah.
of Italian players, but does the fan base, including yourself, do you have in the back of your head, do you have some concerns about Oak Tree thinking they're going to go down a similar path as Redbird?
I'm not going to speak much about the fan base, but I haven't seen them what they would do next. But by track records based on American investment bankers, I'd actually be terrified. Because it's like American investment bankers, you see how they do in Roma, you see them how they do in Milan, especially, and of course there's the PL teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, United. I should be concerned. Most of these owners seems to want just top four. That's it. Just top four. Just get the money, rather than just trophies. Because based on track record, I should be concerned. Because I think that in the long term, you'll probably go down the roads once our core gets old and stuff. Because they're not going. You can't sell our players now. They can't sell our core. I'm sure that'd be an absolute riot. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Oak Tree.
Yeah, because we obviously, most of us, especially everybody on this show, we despise Redbird. I think everybody in the chat as well. We're all in agreement on that.
Because I'm sure all of us want to win the league, not go for
yeah.
a spot.
Like I said, it's more attainable. Winning the Champions League for us is way out of the question. We don't have the depth, especially the midfielders like Carmelo said before. I've said it before. Once we get out of Fofana and Tijani, it's a drop off. Musa's not it. Loftus-Cheek is not the answer. Maybe Zaroli is, but he's not given a chance. Poor kid.
I just hope we actually can win the UCL before our core drops off completely.
Yeah, you guys been close, man. And when you guys went to the final, was it 2 seasons ago?
2 seasons ago.
Yeah, you guys played Man City tight. You guys, it wasn't for Lukaku getting in the way.
Yeah.
And in his big frame getting in the way of that shot, and then it'd been a different story. Yeah. But listen, defensively, you guys are strong. I mean, even that 0-0 draw in Man City, that was good on you guys. But yeah, hopefully it'd be nice to see. I'm not rooting for you guys for Champions League either, but it'd be nice if both of us can make a decent run and make Italy proud. The other clubs too.
Italy hasn't won a UCL in a while, so someone to win it.
Summit, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because so far, you have the Man City, the Real Madrid, they're like miles ahead.
Yeah, Madrid's got superstars. They're struggling right now. They're the fact that they lost Krause, Cruz. Ancelotti's still trying to find that replacement. They haven't done so. Their players they're not clicking because they're still trying to find each other's patterns and spacing on the field. But besides that, yeah, I can't imagine them not going back to the finals.
I think Real Madrid could, because for Real Madrid, they're a lot more specialized in the UCL than the league.
Exactly.
City, I just hope that Rodri's injured for a long term. I know that.
That's a big miss too. That's huge. Huge. But we'll see. All right. There's nothing else, Alex, fellas. I'm gonna jump off.
All right.
Alex, thanks for joining.
No worries.
Always a pleasure. Everybody in the chat, if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button, like button. Thanks for hopping into the show, staying locked into this post game. and Forza Milan and Forza Calcio. All right, take it easy, everyone.
Forza Inter.
Alex,
Bye.
later, bro.
Bye.
I'm gonna see you guys. Take it easy. All right, Milan Nation.
Cheers.
This is for you, Alex.
Yeah. Roll on with the red and black. We stay fly. Curvin Sud San Siro got our heads held high. You in that blue? No, we ain't impressed. And a Arista on the block, you ain't built for the test. We run the game from the streets to the field. AC Milan, we don't back, we don't yield. You talking big, but you ain't got no spine. When the Rossoneri hit, we take what's mine. In the rhythm up a pillow, you know what's up. This is Milan, we don't play, we blow it up. From the curb to the pitch, we run the show. In the rhythm up and Colo, time to go. Check the history, man, we own the crown. Legends in the game, we put y'all down. Baresi Maldini, running like kings. When you snakes crawl low, can't do a thing. Talking defense, yo, we invented that. You push, we shut it down, that's a straight fact. Red and black blood, yeah, we move us on sight. We meet you on the field, it's a war, no fight. In the rhythm up a pillow, you know what's up. This is Milan, we don't play, we blow it up. From the curb to the pitch, we run the show. In the rhythm up and Colo, time to go. You see the badge? That's pride, that's heart. AC Milan, yo, we rip y'all apart. Talking rivalries, it's deeper than hate. You cross a line, you meet a deadly fate. If they're trying to flex, we put them in check. Snakes in the grass, man, we snap their necks. From the curb to the streets, it's a red and black crew. All eyes on Milan, we coming for you. In the rhythm up and Colo, you know what's up. This is Milan, we don't play, we blow it up. From the curb to the pitch, we run the show. In the rhythm up and Colo, time to go. Game day lights up, we're storming the scene. Milan in the house, ripping red and black. From the ultras to the players, we all in sync. Your whole squad's lost, y'all on the brink. We taking titles, cops, respect worldwide. And I watch it from the back while we rise high. You know the chant, hear the sound in the air. Vafanculo to the snakes, we don't care. In the rhythm up and Culo, you know what's up. This is Milan, we don't play, we blow it up. From the curb to the pitch, we run the show. In the rhythm up and Culo, time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Game day lights up, we storming the scene. Milan in the house, repping red and black. From the ultras to the players, we all in sync. Your whole squad's lost, y'all on the brink. We taking titles, cups, respect worldwide. And I watch it from the back while we rise high. You know the chant, hear the sound in the air. From Culo to the snakes, we don't care. In the rhythm up and Culo, you know what's up. This is Milan, we don't play, we blow it up. From the curb to the pitch, we run the show. In the rhythm up and Culo, time to go. Vafanculo, time to go.